Alright, welcome to my pain cave, aka storage room, whatever you want to call it. This workout is going to be your dry land swimming. Basically, we're going to do band work and core work. So it's basically the bands and the static holds together, and I think we're going to throw in a little bit of dead bugs at the end, but other than that, it's all static stretches. So we'll go ahead and get started. Each one of these sets is going to be 2 minutes, minus the planks and stuff, don't worry about that. Alright, so what am I doing here? So when I come out here, I'm really working on that early vertical forearm. In order to work on that early vertical forearm, I kind of bring the shoulder forward a little bit. Remember that video that I sent with Nick? The shoulder blade comes up a little bit, and all I'm worried about doing is popping the elbow up. I just want to work that, pop the elbow. I'm working on trying to get that early vertical forearm. My wrist tries to stay straight. Basically, I'm just trying to get that high elbow right now. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to alternate each one. So we'll start in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, either side, and pop. Shoulder blade out, pop it up. Pop it up. Pop it up. We're not going fast. Basically, we're just trying to build that muscle memory. Shoulder blade, pop. Shoulder blade, pop. Left, right. Pop the elbow. Pop the elbow. It takes a lot of concentration, but all you're really thinking about is trying to get that elbow at 90 degrees right off the bat. Basically, at this point, the sooner you can grab the water, the more water you can push, like kind of pulling yourself up a wall. So that's really what you're trying to do here. You just pop that elbow. You should really feel the work. Bring the shoulder up, and you should feel it right in the lats, almost right away. The other thing you want to make sure is that, I mean, even though this is dry land swimming and we're really working that muscle memory and we're really working on trying to get that muscle, the other thing you want to concentrate on is not having any crossover. So you still want kind of a Y with your hand almost, or with your hands, so that when you are swimming, you don't have a bad habit of crossing over, okay? Now you got to think to yourself, are you still working on popping that elbow? I mean, that's the whole point. Just pop the elbow, work that early vertical forearm. Pop, shoulder blade, pop, shoulder blade, pop, shoulder blade, pop, shoulder blade, pop. And as that muscle memory develops, you can even start going a little faster. So depending on what your workout is today, you either got 2 rounds of this or you've got 3 rounds of it. So as you start to feel it a little better, you feel that early vertical forearm, you feel those lats, you can actually increase your speed a little bit more. So we got about 5 more seconds of this, and then we'll go to our first plank series. Now our plank series, each one's going to be 30 seconds. Alright, let those bands go. Shake it out. And we're going to give ourselves 30 seconds in just a standard plank. Now what I'll do is at the same time, I'll give you a little bit of options if you want to make it a little harder for yourself. So I'm going to come up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so the standard plank we can just hold for 30 seconds if you want. You want to add a little challenge if this is feeling like, hey, you know, my alignment is perfect, my butt's not up, my butt's not down, my core is feeling pretty strong right now. There's a couple different options you can do. You can swing this leg up, nice and straight, and then swing the other leg up if you wanted to. You could do outside, like mountain climbers, or cross mountain climbers, you know, any of that for 30 seconds. And as I've been talking, we've already hit 30 seconds. So go ahead and let that one go. We're going to go back to the bands. We're going to work the second part of a stroke. So the second part of the stroke is going to be that pull phase. So basically, we catch the water with that early vertical forearm. So now we're going to start here. So in order to do that, you want tension on the bands, but not a ton of tension. And basically, you're just going to make sure you maintain that high elbow. So you're just going from here to here. That's all we're working on, okay? So we're going to do 2 minutes of that, and we're going to alternate. We're going to alternate arms doing that one too. So we'll start in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab the early vertical forearm and just pull back. Other hand, early vertical forearm, pull back. Just make sure you're keeping that elbow nice and high. keep it 90 degree that whole time. And that's all you're doing. Right? So find the early vertical form, pull. Find the early vertical form and pull. We're just going to start calling that EVF, okay? Find the EVF, pull through. Find the EVF, pull through. Find the EVF, pull through. Like I said, as you start getting it, you can go a little faster, but right now, the form and working in muscle is much more important than speed, all right? We have a saying in the military that slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And the same thing goes with in the water. I mean, you can only fake it for so long. You can certainly muscle your way through the water, but eventually you're going to get tired, and technique is going to beat muscling. Not, most of the time. All right. So find that early vertical forearm, and then pull through. Find the early vertical forearm, and pull through. Pop it, pull it. Pop it, pull it. Pop it, pull it. Pop it, pull it. And if you want to go a little faster, you can. I know that I'm kind of giving you a rhythm here, so it's not so good for you. But if you've got this down a lot better than I do, feel free to go ahead. Alright, so we got this for about another 15 seconds. And then we'll get into our left side plank. Alright, but don't think about that right now. Think about early vertical forearm, pull through. Early vertical forearm, pull through, and that's 2 minutes. Alright, so now we're flipping over. We're going to go back down to our mats. We're going to do 30 seconds onto our side plank. So I said we'll start with our left, so I guess I got to be over here for that. And again, I'll give you some variations to that also. No, I'm not as cool as Coach Kozak, but whatever. Alright, so side plank. We're going to come up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I like to put my arm up here. Put your arm up here. Stacking your hips. If you're here, that's fine. If you're there, it doesn't matter. If you want to make it a little harder, you're feeling, hey, I'm feeling good with this one, you can lift the leg. A little harder yet, you can do some crunches. A little harder yet, you can kick it out. Or you can just hang out here. Up to you what you want to do, because we are finished in 3, 2, 1. Alright. So now we're going to go to the third part of the stroke. In this third part of the stroke, we've done the EVF, we've done the pull, and now we've got to get to the finish. So at this point, your band's got to be a little looser because you're going to be working back in this area here. So you're basically going to look like this, where you find that early vertical form, pull through, and now we're just working this. Alright? So the whole stroke, come out, over, all the way through. So this, we're just following through. Well, we can start here. Alright, so we'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to alternate. You just stop right here, it's fine. We're going to put it all together at the end anyway. Again, all the way through and pull and finish. Kind of almost like, so you don't flick. I know that some schools teach like at the end doing a little flick. Maybe that's good to get you started off with. But really, it's just all the way follow through. We're not really bending our wrist at any part of the stroke. Left. Big thing is make sure you're keeping those elbows like a 90 degree almost. Those high elbows. Don't ever drop that high elbow. That's where the stroke comes in. And as long as you continue a high elbow, you'll always continue to have that strength. Alright. We're about halfway through with this one here. This is how you finish the underwater part of the stroke. And then after this, it's a recovery. And even with the recovery, there's a high elbow. And again, keeping those elbows at 90 degrees. This is where you're going to finish the stroke at. Remember, when you're swimming too, you're engaging your core. There's a little bit of a twist going on. This is just a really good way to build that muscle memory, even though there's going to be more going on during the swim. The thing is, with a swim, you can really only concentrate on working one or two issues at a time. There's just too much involved otherwise. And we are finished. Okay, we're going to go back to the mat. This time we're going to do our plank to the other side. Oh, let me stop that instead of flapping. Reset. Alright, plank to the other side. Again, you can do the same variations if you're feeling good. Keep where it's at. We're going to come up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And like I said, I like to have my hand here. It almost makes it look like I'm completely straight, making a straight line from head to toe. Again, you want to make it a little harder. You can come up, even harder than that. Hand comes up. Do some crunches in there, even harder than that. You can just tap the toes. Ooh, or you can break some boards. And we are finished. Drop it down, and now we'll finish up the rest of the set. So, we'll grab our bands, and we'll finish up the rest of the, we'll do a full stroke. Then after the full stroke, we'll do dead bugs, and that'll be the set. That'll be round 1 anyway, all right? So in order to do the whole stroke, again, you need a little bit of slack, because a little tension, little slack, it's really hard, so, you know, you might have to judge it a little bit here, because you are going all the way through it this time. Now you're going to alternate all the way through, come back, and you never recover. Don't recover, just swings back. So it's snap, or pop, pull, push. Pop, pull, push. And again, this elbow the whole way stays tall, stays high, stays at that 90 degrees. And that's what they mean by that high elbow, okay? So we're going to do this for 2 minutes. And we'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop, pull, push. Pop, pull, push. Pop, pull, push. Pop, pull, push. Again, not speedy. We don't have to be speedy. What we have to think about is not dropping that elbow. Keeping that elbow nice and high the entire way through. Alright? And as you feel that pop, pull, push, pop, pull, push, pop, pull, and you're feeling strong, you can speed it up a little bit. But make sure you're concentrating the whole time that you're keeping that elbow high. And this is bad. Don't drop it. Like that, all the way through. High elbow. So think about just that high elbow. And if you want to bounce a little bit, you know, it happens. In the water, like I said, you're going to be engaging your core, your hips, you're going to be rolling. Just make sure you're thinking the whole time about where those elbows need to be. Grab, push, pull. Alright, so it's pop, push, pull, pop, push, pull. And my hands, the whole time, or not my hands, my elbows the whole time, staying very high. There you go. Basically, trying to develop those good habits on land and translate that into the water. Translate that technique and that power. So even your head, you should just have like looking, like if you're in the water, it'd be looking 6 feet from you. So, you know, you don't want to be tucked in really low, but you also don't want to be looking straight ahead, okay? And we are actually done with this set. So now we go to one of my favorite exercises, and that's the dead bug. So we're going back down to the mat. Dead bug is, again, I don't like to do this one fast. You can, but I prefer, you know, to make sure I'm getting the exercise done right. So your knees come to a 90, like a tabletop if you're doing yoga or Pilates or something, or reverse tabletop. And your hands come straight up. So when your right hand goes down, your left leg also goes down and follows. So it kind of looks like this. And then the other side. And you just alternate. And so we're going to do that for 2 minutes. I'm going to set up my lovely timer here. And then we can see what's going on. So we'll start in 5, 4. Are you ready? 3. Are you sure? 2, 1. All right. Go ahead and get started. Either one you want to start with first is fine. I probably should have moved that bag before I started this, but oh well. And again, I like to go slow. I mean, you can speed up, but it's kind of almost like a catch-up drill. Where once my other hand reaches the top, I'll go ahead and start the next set, the next side. If you can, well, I shouldn't say if you can, but what you're working on, ooh, that was the mat, I promise you it was. What you're working on here is kind of a flat back. If you can bring the chest up a little bit, bring the chest up a little bit. And then trying to keep that core nice and straight. So you're not wiggling around. You know, you're really working that core to keep the coordination and the body aligned. Alright. So we're actually already past a minute of that. So we're almost done. And by the end of like this minute, you should probably be feeling it. Oh yeah, and if it's a little hard, you can always take a break. Rest your head down a little bit, and then engage the abs again. So anytime you need to take a mini break, take a mini break, but stay with this for the whole 2 minutes. I mean, I know you can get it done the whole 2 minutes. And if you need to slow it down maybe, but stay engaged for the whole 2 minutes. At this point, we only have 20 seconds left, so that's like maybe 5 of these, and then we're done. Right? And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we did a couple extra. And just for fun, we'll just go to a V. No, I'm just playing. You don't have to do that. All right, so that's the first set. And then you're going to repeat that 3 times. And you can make it as difficult or as easy as you want.